That is really good. Come on in, welcome to my home. Today we're making granola, but first we need to address an issue. The issue is I'm running out of space. Yeah, I am running out of space to test recipes, to come up with a whole bunch of things, because as of right now, we do not have the ability to go out and, my testers just can't come in and taste things. I'm not having events where people come and get things. And so my freezer is becoming full. So what you're going to see in the next few episodes, maybe next few months, you'll see that I will be trying recipes. The videos will look slightly different than just this presentational form. You'll see more of me just actually cooking. And I will probably be using other people's recipes and showing you what changes that I made. Now, wherever I do that, I will link the recipe down, the original recipe down below in the description and give credit to it. This is one of those. I am a granola eater. I do like granola. This recipe is really cool, but what was interesting is I have things now in my kitchen that normally by now I would have gotten rid of or gone through or that sort of thing. But now, since nobody's coming over, that makes an issue. So what I'm going to do is, one of the ingredients I have is brown sugar. Now, if you want to learn how to make your own brown sugar, go ahead and click that card. It'll teach you how to make brown sugar. This is store-bought brown sugar. This my mom had. She found it in her pantry as she was cleaning out. So that was one of these things. Now, this granola recipe comes from Alton Brown. I am changing it up slightly, like I said, to go with the ingredients that I have and the ingredients and the things that I like. That's one of the big things. And I only got to test this recipe once because, well, there's only the two of us here. That's the truth of it. And so that's one of the things that you will see. And the other thing that you'll see is, like, a lot of these recipes won't get the really pretty pictures and everything because they're literally things I'm going to have to eat. And when you're preparing food you have to eat, you want to take the picture and then eat it. This one won't be one of those cases. But anyway, let's start off with this recipe. Right now my oven is preheating to 250 degrees. That's important because you need to watch this one. These are whole oats, old-fashioned oats. Do not use quick oats. It will not work. It will not work at all. Trust me on this. Now, I'm a pecan lover. I used way more pecans in the original recipe. I mean, way more nuts, because the original recipe calls for 2 kinds of nuts. I did not do that. So what I'm going to do right now is mix my nuts and mix my oats. I have a horrible feeling this is too small of a bowl. All right, setting that aside. Now, what I will do is I will take my brown sugar. Next, I'm going to throw in I'm using olive oil. You could use vegetable oil, but I do like olive oil for this. We will toss in a good pinch of sea salt. Put that in early so that the sea salt can start to dissolve in the actual water or the liquids mixture. And then follow that up with your maple syrup. Now, I've also done this with honey. I liked it both ways, but I had more maple syrup than honey, so I used maple syrup this time. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this up. Once that's fairly mixed, what you want to do is you want to add part of it, not all of it, to your oat mixture. Why am I not adding all of it? Because that way I can get the oats coated with this a little bit better. Then we're going to add another part. Really make sure that you get down to the bottom of your bowl, because it is very, very, very important that you get all of these things completely covered. And you notice I am going back through and sort of like cutting through this once again. That's so that I can hopefully break up larger clumps and get everything covered. Add a little bit more. This will probably be our last add. We'll add all of it now. Then really mix that up. It smells amazing. This smells so good. This is one of my favorites. All right. I have just a regular baking sheet that has a lip. That's important. Now your goal is to spread this out evenly. You want to get as much surface area as you can. I'm going to take this over to the stove, put it in there and let it bake. We're going to let it bake for about a total of hour and a half. However, every 15 minutes you want to stir this so that way it gets, as it's toasting, you can make sure that it gets all evenly toasted and everything. But let me put it in. We'll set the timer for 15 minutes and then stir. Our oats are out of the oven. The granola is ready to cool. Now, one of the things that I have found, the fastest way to cool this is to actually put this on silicone pads on a cooling rack. That will help get airflow up and around it, and it cools much, much faster. As this cools, it will get more and more solid, but let's go ahead and give this a taste. As I said at the beginning, you can use honey, you could use corn syrup if you want it. Don't think that would be as good, but it is so good, so easy to make. Then you'll once this is nice and cool, put it into an airtight container and you have your own homemade granola. Now, if you make this, let me know. You can get a hold of me on most social media at CM Coleman Home, and I hope I get to see you again the next time you stop by.